Hello students. So today we are going to discuss about some numericals based upon the application of magnetic effects of electric current, like how force acting on a current carrying conductor and how a current carrying loop present in an external magnetic field will experience a torque, and what is Bohr magneton, and some applications with the help of Bohr magneton. Okay, so let's discuss about some numerical based upon these concepts. So before that, just quickly remind the formulas that we are going to use. So when a current carrying conductor is present in an external magnetic field, it will experience a force. The magnetic force is given as I L cross B in vector form, and in scalar form we can write it as I L B sin theta, where theta is the angle between the direction of length element and magnetic field vector. Clear? So first of all we have to apply these expressions to do some numericals. Okay, so let's take example 1. Here is an external magnetic field along this direction. Having magnetic field strength B equal to 2 Tesla, and within it have a current carrying conductor XY of length 2 meter, and this angle is 37 degree, and current in it is flowing along this direction. I equal to 1 ampere. Find Fm acting on the conductor XY. Okay, so as shown in the figure, there is a magnetic field which is acting from left to right of strength 2 Tesla, and a current carrying conductor is present over there of length 2 meter and carrying current I, and the angle made by the current carrying conductor with the direction of magnetic field strength is 37 degree. So here, how to find out the magnetic force? As we know, the magnetic force is given as I L B sin theta. Here I equal to how much? 1 ampere, L equal to 2 meter, B equal to 2 Tesla, and theta equal to 37 degree, the angle between length direction and magnetic field strength. So using all this we will get the magnetic force Fm equal to I 1 ampere, L 2 meter, B 2 Tesla sin 37. So this implies 4 sin 37. What is the value of sin 37? By the right angle triangle, if this angle is 37, if this is 5, this will be 3, this will be 4. So sin 37 P by H, 3 by 5. So 4 into 3 by 5. This implies the net magnetic force equal to 12 by 5 Newton. Clear? Okay. So now let's do another example. Example 2. Here is a magnetic field acting into the plane. And within it there is a current carrying segment like this, in which current is flowing along this direction I, semicircular arc, and the radius is given as R. Clear? And the magnetic field strength into the plane is B. Find the magnetic force acting on the current carrying loop. Current carrying wire. Okay, so now how to find out the net magnetic force acting on this current carrying wire? As this is a uniform magnetic field in which the magnetic field is directed into the plane, and within this current carrying segment or current carrying wire, current is flowing along the direction clockwise. Okay, so what is the force, magnetic force acting on this current carrying conductor? So for this, first let's consider a small segment. As we know, the magnetic force will be given as F equal to I dl sin theta. Okay, into B, sorry, it will be how much? I L B sin theta. Clear? So, but here the L is in a curved shape. So for that we have to first assume a small segment of length dl, which is at an angle theta of width d theta. Clear? Just consider a small segment dl at an angle theta of width d theta. This length will be dl. So what will be dl? So df, the magnetic force for this small segment, current is flowing along this direction, so at this portion for dl, the direction of length will be tangent to this along this direction. Magnetic field strength is into the plane, so force acting will be placing the thumb along the direction of dl and the fingers of right hand along the direction of b. Palm will shows the force, so here the force will act along this direction, dfm. So what is dfm? It will be I. In place of dl, L we can write dl, B. Again what is sin theta? Angle between dl and magnetic field, it will 90. So sin 90. So this implies dfm, the magnetic force acting on this small segment of dl will be I in place of dl. As this angle is d theta and the radius is r, so length dl, arc length will be r d theta. So b r d theta, sin 90 will be 1 as dl equal to r d theta, arc equal to radius into angle. Clear? Arc equal to radius into angle, so dl equal to r d theta. This will be the value of df. Okay, let it be equation 1. Clear? But here the df is acting at an angle, so it must have two components. One component along this direction horizontal and another component in vertical. If this angle is theta, so this angle is also theta, so this will be dfm cos theta and this will be dfm sin theta. Similarly, from this center, let it be O, there is another point opposite to it which is at an angle theta. Here let consider another segment of width d theta, of length dl at an angle theta. So from this point the force is again df will be act along this direction, and again similarly it have two components like this. This will be, if this angle will be theta, this is also theta, it will be dfm cos theta and it will be dfm sin theta. Clear? Just opposite to this segment there is another segment of current carrying. Here the current carrying, current direction will be, so L vector will be along this direction, magnetic field is into the plane, so force acting along this direction. So just opposite to this segment there is another segment which experience the same amount of force and can have the same horizontal component and vertical component. Similarly, for each and every segment, just at the half side, if I am cutting this segment into two equal half vertically, then for each segment on the right half there is another segment on the left half which experience same force as compared to these two cases. For each and every segment on this half must have another segment on this half which experience same types of force. And from this free body diagram we experience that the horizontal forces are equal and opposite for each and every segment. Here the horizontal force is dF cos theta, here it is also dF cos theta. These two are same magnitude and opposite in direction, so they will cancel each other. Similarly, for each and every segment on this half, there will be a segment on the left hand side half which have same horizontal component of the net magnetic force. That's why all the horizontal component of the magnetic force expressed by each segment of width dl. Here dl is a very small length of this current carrying segment. That's why all the horizontal components will cancel out, but only the vertical component will be added up. So the net magnetic field strength will how much? That's acting on this current carrying segment. So the Fm net will be how much? Integration of dFm. The horizontal components are cancelled out, only vertical components are added up. So sin theta. This implies Fm net equal, what is the value of dFm? I b r d theta sin theta integration. Now what is the value of theta? This is the angle of theta. Clear? Here theta is the angle between, or let it be just I am placing here the angle will be, okay, don't get confused with this angle theta and this angle theta. This is the theta angle which is between the direction of magnetic field and length vector, and here the theta angle is for this segment. I am considering the segment dl, or just replace here, this is alpha. Okay, here alpha is the angle between what? The direction of magnetic field and length vector. I am mentioning here alpha equal to angle between L vector and B vector, which is 90 in this case, and theta is this angle. So what is the range of theta varying from this angle? If this is theta, it varies from 0 to up to this complete angle. So the limit from 0 to pi. Clear? Understood? All the horizontal components are get cancelled, only vertical components are added up. So the F net acting on this segment due to the external magnetic field of strength B is how much? Will be this much. So this implies we can write the F net, Fm net is equal to IBR is constant, taking it out from the integration symbol, it will be sin theta d theta. What is the integration of sin theta? With respect to theta, sin theta will be minus cos theta. So this can also be written as this implies we can write Fm net equal to IBR minus cos theta 0 to pi. So this will become IBR minus taking out cos pi minus 1 minus cos 0 1. So this will be how much? Minus IBR into minus 2, or this can be written as IB2R equal to Fm net. So this is the expression for net magnetic force acting on this current carrying segment of radius r. Clear? So from this expression we can observe a thing, that this expression looks similar just as with if the angle is 90, this is nearly similar with ILB when the angle between L vector and B vector is 90, but between these two cases, in place of L there is 2R. Clear? In generally, when the direction of length vector and magnetic field strength makes an angle 90 to each other, so the magnetic force which is acting on the current carrying conductor is ILB, and here is the length vector and magnetic field at each and every point is 90 to each other, and the magnetic field strength at each and every point is B. So the magnetic force acting on this segment is IB into 2R, but in place of length of the conductor here is 2R. And what is 2R? 2R is this much length. That means from final point, initial point to final point, the displacement vector is 2R. Clear? So from this question we can conclude that when any shape of current carrying conductor is placed in an uniform magnetic field, then the L component in the expression ILB sin theta is what? The displacement between the initial and final position of the current carrying conductor. Clear? So I am just writing that statement here. You have to remember this. This is very important during the numerical solving. You can write it as just a note. Okay, in an uniform external magnetic field, in an uniform external magnetic field, for the equation Fm equal to I into L cross B, the L vector is the displacement vector from initial to final point of the current carrying conductor. Okay, in an uniform, you have to remember this case only applied for uniform external magnetic field. Okay, if the current carrying conductor is present in an uniform external magnetic field, that means the magnetic field is same all over the region, then for the equation F equal to I into L cross B, the L vector is the displacement vector from initial to final point of the current carrying conductor. Clear? How? Just see here, there is a external magnetic field. Present over here of strength B, and within it there is a current carrying segment like this. Okay, and current, let this is the L1 vector, this length will be L2, this is L3, this is L4, and current flowing along this direction will be like this, I. So what is the net magnetic force acting on this? Here the current is flowing in this direction, magnetic field is into the plane. So for this the force will be along this direction, this segment. Similarly for this segment, force is along this. So these are the force acting on each of the segment. But what will be the value of net magnetic force acting on this? Just consider about the magnetic force acting on this much segment. It will be how much? Let it be F1. F1 vector equal to I, the current flowing through it, L1 vector cross the magnetic field B vector. Similarly what will be F2, I, L2 vector cross B vector, F3, I, L3 vector cross B vector. Similarly F4 will be how much? I, L4 vector cross B vector. Okay, so net force will be how much? The vector sum of all these forces. So what will be the F net? F net will be F1 vector, F2 vector, F3 vector plus F4 vector. This implies what will the value? I, L1 vector cross B vector plus I, L2 vector cross B vector plus I, L3 vector cross B vector, and similarly I, L4 vector cross B vector, and taking common I and B, it will be L1 vector plus L2 vector plus L3 vector plus L4 vector cross B vector. Clear? and what is L1, L2 plus L3? L1 vector plus L2 vector plus L3 vector plus L4 vector will represent this vector. According to polygon law of vector addition, if these are the vectors present along the sides of an open polygon, then the resultant will be the final resultant vector will be the closing side. So this will be the L net of this all sum, which is generally what the displacement vector between the initial and final point of the current carrying segment. So this implies F net can be written as I L net vector cross B vector. Clear? So from this expression we can easily conclude what? If the current carrying segment is of any shape but it is present in an external uniform magnetic field, then the net magnetic force acting on that current carrying segment will be I L cross B, where L is the displacement vector between initial and final position of the current carrying segment. Clear? You have to remember this. But this expression here, the L will be the displacement vector between initial and final position only if the current carrying conductor is present in an external uniform magnetic field. Because if the magnetic field is not uniform, then at each and every point the field strength will be different. So we can take B common. Clear? In that case you have to add individually each vector. But if the field strength is common everywhere, then for any shape of current carrying conductor, the net magnetic field force acting on the current carrying conductor will be I into L cross B, where L is the displacement vector between initial and final position. Clear? So now let's do another example number, let it be 3. Here is a current carrying magnetic field acting into the plane. Okay, of strength B, and here is a current carrying segment present like this, and the initial point is given as 2, 4. This is the initial point X having coordinate 2, 4, and the final point Y having coordinate 8, 7. Okay, current I is flowing through it. Find Fm, the magnetic force acting on the current carrying wire. Okay, so what is the force acting on current carrying wire? Here is a current carrying conductor of an arbitrary shape which is spread from x equal to 2, 4 to y equal to 8, 7, and current I is flowing through it along this the shown direction, and there is a external magnetic uniform magnetic field of strength B which is acting into the plane. So what is the force acting on this current carrying conductor? As I already told you, when any shape of current carrying conductor is present in an uniform external magnetic field, then the force expression for it, Fm, is given as I L cross B vector. Clear? Or this can be written as I L B sin theta, where theta is the angle between L vector and B vector. Here B is into the plane and L is along this plane. So like this, at this point L is tangent to this. So L and B at each and every point are 90 degrees. So it will become how much? I L B. Okay, and what is L? If the field is uniform, L is the displacement vector between initial and final position. So here what is L? The initial position half x is 2, 4, y is 8, 7, and we know how to find out the displacement vector xy equal to 4, 7 square, 8 square minus 2 square, x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2, that is 7 minus 4 whole square under root. Clear? So it will become how much? 6 square plus 3 square root over, so 36 plus 9 under root, so it will be 45 under root, so 3 root 5. So what is Fm? I B into 3 root 5 or 3 root 5 IB will be the net magnetic force acting on this current carrying segment. Clear? You know how to find out the displacement vector. Displacement vector from initial to final position will be, if this is x2 y2, this is x1 y1, so displacement vector will be x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square root over, and I am using here 8 minus 2 whole square plus 7 minus 4 whole square, 8 minus 2 6, 6 square plus 7 minus 4 3 square, 36 plus 9 is 45, 45 only, 9 into 5, so 3 root 5, so this much Newton will be equal to what? The net magnetic force acting on this current carrying segment. Clear? So now let's do another example. Here is a infinite long straight current carrying conductor, carries current I1, and at a distance R there is a finite current carrying conductor of length L. Okay, and here the current flowing through it is I2. So now find magnetic force acting on the finite current carrying conductor of length L. Okay, so here is a infinite current carrying conductor, carries current I which is directed upward, and at a distance R there is a finite length of current carrying conductor of length L which carries current I2. So what is the magnetic force acting on this current carrying conductor due to this current carrying conductor? Because we know when a current carrying conductor is present in an external magnetic field, it will experience a force, and as there is a infinite long straight current carrying conductor carries current I1, so by applying right hand thumb rule, the magnetic field strength within its region at this place will be into the plane, and the strength let be B1. So the force acting on this current carrying conductor of length L2 will be how much? The magnetic force Fm will be how much? I, current flowing through is I2, length of its L, magnetic field strength let be B1 sin theta. What is theta? Angle between the length vector and magnetic field. Length vector is along this direction, along the current, magnetic field into the plane, so it will be 90. So this implies the magnetic force acting on it will be how much? I2 L B1 as theta equal to 90, so sin 90 will be 1. So this implies what is B1? The magnetic field at this point due to this current carrying segment at a distance, as this is a infinitely straight long current carrying conductor carrying current I1, so the magnetic field strength we already know it will be mu naught I1 divided by 2 pi R. Clear? And the magnetic field strength is same at each and every point because the distance of the current carrying conductor is uniform as these two are parallel. So this implies the net magnetic force acting on it will be mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi R L. Clear? Okay, this much Newton. This is what? Newton. Okay, and its direction current or length along this direction, magnetic field is into the plane, so force will be acting along this direction, Fm of strength this much. Clear? This is same as that of when there is two current carrying parallel current carrying conductor carries current in same direction, when the length is of both are of infinite length. So this length will be become infinite, so we have to calculate the force for acting unit length, which is mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r. We already discussed about it. So now the same type of question with a little bit twist. Here is the current carrying conductor of infinite length. Again same type of question. There is a current carrying conductor carrying current I1 of infinite length, and at a distance r there is a current carrying conductor which is placed like this of length L. Okay, now current flowing through it is I along this direction. Now find out the magnetic force acting on it. Previously the magnetic force is calculated by using ILB sin theta, and B at that place is uniform, but here the magnetic field strength is different at different position of this current carrying conductor. So find Fm, the magnetic force acting on the current carrying segment, let it be AB. Here is a infinite long straight current carrying conductor carrying current I1, let here the current is I2. So find the magnetic force acting on this segment AB due to this infinite current carrying conductor. As the magnetic field over here is different at different location, so first of all we have to assume a small portion of length dx which is at a distance x from this current carrying conductor. So for this small segment dx, what is the value of force? dFm equal to current flowing through this small segment is I2. What is the length? Length is dx. Magnetic field strength at this position due to I1 will be, let it be B1 or B at x, and angle between magnetic field will be into the plane. At each and every point the magnetic field strength is into, because current is flowing upwards, so due to this current carrying conductor at each and every point the magnetic field strength is into the plane, and current is along this direction, so L vector is along this horizontal direction, so angle will be 90. So this implies dF will become I2 B at x dx equal to dFm. Okay, what is the magnetic field strength due to this current carrying conductor at a distance x? So B at x will be how much? Mu naught I1 divided by 2 pi x, because the distance of this segment from the current carrying conductor is x, so Bx will be this much. So this implies dFm equal to mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi x dx. Now we have to calculate the complete magnetic force acting on this, because at each and every point current is along this direction, magnetic field is into the plane, so force will be acting along same direction for each and every segment. So net force will be integrating both sides. So x varies from r to r plus L, and f varies from 0 to Fm. So this implies the net magnetic force Fm equal to mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi integration from r to r plus L 1 by x dx. Clear? Now what is integration of 1 by x dx? So this implies Fm net will be mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi 1 by x dx will be ln x, limit r to r plus L. So this will become, this implies the Fm will be equal to mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi ln x r plus L r, so it will be ln r plus L by r, upper limit minus lower limit, so it will become ln r plus L by r. So this will be the expression for force acting on this current carrying segment due to the infinitely straight current carrying conductor. Clear? Okay, understand? So now let's do another example based upon the same concept. Similarly, there is a infinite long straight current carrying conductor which carries current I1, and at a distance r from this current carrying conductor there is another current carrying segment which is placed like this. Let the segment name is AB and length of this segment is L, and it carries current I2 in this direction. It is placed like this, which makes an angle theta with the horizontal. Now find out what is, find the magnetic force acting on the current carrying segment AB. So in previously we already discussed that how to find out the magnetic force acting on a current carrying conductor placed parallel to this current carrying conductor. Then the current carrying conductor is placed perpendicular, and now the current carrying conductor is placed at any angle theta with the horizontal. How to calculate the net force acting on this current carrying conductor? So as this, the magnetic field for this infinitely long straight current carrying conductor at any point over here is into the plane by right hand thumb rule, and the current is along this direction for this segment. So the dl vector will be along this and field is into the plane. So at each and every point the force, magnetic force acting on it will be along this direction, same as that of this direction. The magnetic force at each and every point will be act along this direction, Fm, but their magnitude will be different. So now to calculate the magnitude of the force, let's consider a small segment of length dx at a distance x from this point. So at this point, what is the strength of magnetic field? If this length is dx, so if I am taking the projection along horizontal direction, so this will become x cos theta, and this distance is r. So from the current carrying infinite current carrying conductor, the point, this point is at a distance r plus x. Similarly, this dx length is also at a distance r plus x cos theta. So the magnetic field strength due to this infinite long straight current carrying conductor at place of dx, it will be how much? If we can write the magnetic field strength at dx, will be how much? Mu naught current flowing through this infinite conductor I1 divided by 2 pi into distance of perpendicular distance of dx from current carrying conductor will be how much? R plus x cos theta. Clear? As this is the dx, this distance is x, so this component will be x cos theta, and this dx is at a distance r plus x cos theta, that is the perpendicular distance of this segment from the current carrying conductor, because this point and this point both are parallel to each other, so the distance will be r plus x cos theta. So the b at dx position will be r plus x cos theta. Clear? And the current flowing through this will be I2. The length is dx. So the magnetic force acting on this segment, current along this direction. So dx will be, the length will be along this direction. Magnetic field at each and every point here will be into the plane, and the magnetic field strength is this much. So the force acting here will be along this direction, that is dFm. So what is dFm? It will be I2 L dx into b dx sine 90, because the direction is into the plane and dl is along the plane, so it will be sine 90. So this implies dfm will be how much? I2 dx in place of b dx we can write mu naught I1 divided by 2 pi r plus x cos theta. Sin 90 will be 1. So rearrange this, it will be mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi into dx divided by r plus x cos theta. This will be the expression for dfm, which is acting on the segment dx. Similarly, for each and every small portion, the direction of force, magnetic force, will be along same direction. So the net force acting on this segment will be added up. So the F net will be how much? By integrating this. So F net equal to integration of this from 0 to Fm. This will be how much? The x, dx is varies from 0 to the complete length L, 0 to L. So this implies F net will be how much? Mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi will comes out of the integration 0 to L dx divided by r plus x cos theta. So what is the integration of r plus x cos theta? Here the integration of x with respect to dx and cos theta is the coefficient of x. So this implies we get Fm equal to mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi. Integration of this will be ln r plus x cos theta divided by cos theta. Clear? Limit from 0 to L. Okay, understand? The component of x will be, coefficient of x will be cos theta, so it will be remain constant by cos theta, and the complete term will ln r plus x cos theta. Okay, so now putting the limits. What do we will get? So this implies Fm, the net magnetic force will be mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi, taking cos theta out of the bracket, cos theta within bracket, upper limit it will be ln r plus L cos theta, ln r plus L cos theta minus ln, in place of x putting 0 it will be 0 minus ln r. So this can be written as net magnetic force acting on the segment mu I1 I2 divided by 2 pi cos theta into ln r plus L cos theta divided by r. So this is the final expression for the force acting on this current carrying segment. Clear? Understand? You just have to integrate this one. Okay, once you do the integration, the expression will be already done. Clear? So this is the force acting on this segment and the direction will be along this direction. Okay. So now consider another example. If here is a magnetic field strength acting into the plane of strength B, and there is a current carrying loop carrying current along this direction I. What is the force acting on this? As we already discussed, when a current carrying segment is present in an uniform external magnetic field, then the net force acting on it will be the displacement vector between initial and final position, or here we can write the F M equal to I L cross B. If B is constant each and every point, here B is constant at each and every point, I is also constant, then L is the displacement vector between initial and final position. As this is a closed loop and the field strength is each and every point is constant, so the displacement vector between initial and final position will be how much? 0, because this is a closed loop. If I am starting from here, again I come to this position, so the displacement vector will be 0. So from this we will get the force acting on this segment will be 0. Clear? Or else if I am applying the net force acting on this will be 0, but for each and every component the force will be different. If I am considering the length is A and the width is B, so for this the force will be magnetic field strength into current will be towards left, so here it will be I A B, direction downward. Here the force will be like this, I B B. Here the force will be current along this magnetic field into the plane, it will be I A B, and here it will be I B B. All the forces are opposite and equal to each other, these two and these two are equal and opposite and acting along same line of action, so they will cancel it. The net force will be again 0. So when a closed loop is present in an external uniform magnetic field, the net force acting on it will be 0. Clear? You have to remember this, and we already discussed about it. So now here is a current carrying circular coil. Okay, this is the center O and its radius is R. It carries current along this direction clockwise. I, and the magnetic field strength, external magnetic field strength is into the plane. So of strength B. So as we know, it's a current carrying closed loop present in an external uniform magnetic field strength B. So net force acting on it will be 0. But here what will be the tension produced in this current carrying wire due to the magnetic field? Find out. The question is here, find out tension developed in the current carrying wire due to the magnetic force. Okay, so how to calculate this? So how we can find out the tension developed in the current carrying wire? So as we are considering the net force acting on it will be 0 but at any particular segment the force is not 0. If I am considering a small segment over here of length dl, this arc is of length dl, okay, which makes an angle. I am taking a segment like this. This angle is theta and this angle is also theta. So for this segment, current is along this direction, magnetic field is into the plane, so it will experience a force along this direction, that is dFm. And due to this force, the wire want to move along this direction, but due to all this it remain at here, so it will develop a tension. So the tension direction at this point will be along this, tangent to this. This will be T and here it will be T. So what is the value of T? If this angle is theta, this is 90 degree, so I am drawing two components of the tension like this at this point. Similarly here will be the two components like this and this. If this angle is theta, these two are parallel, this is also theta, and the complete angle here it is 90. If this is theta, this is 90 minus theta, so this angle again becomes theta. Similarly, if this angle is theta, this is theta, this is the radius and this is the tangent, so complete angle will be 90. Clear? If this angle is theta, this is also theta because these two are parallel vertically. If this angle is theta, this is theta, this is the radius, this is the tangent, so complete angle will be 90. If complete angle will be 90, if this is theta, it will be 90 minus theta, and similarly it will become theta. So if this is T, it will be T cos theta and it will be T sin theta. Similarly, if this is T, it will be T cos theta and it will be T sin theta, and the force is acting along this direction. So from this free body diagram, we conclude that the the horizontal component of the tensor will cancel out each other, and the vertical component of the tensor will cancel the what? Magnetic force experienced by this segment. So from the free body diagram, okay, you already understood the free body diagram. Here the horizontal component of the tension will get cancelled out, and the vertical component will cancel the net magnetic force acting on this much segment of length dl. This is the segment of length dl about which we are considering. So now from FBD we can write, from free body diagram we get what? 2T sin theta is equal to how much? dFm, the magnetic force acting on this segment which is balanced by these two component of the tension. So this implies 2T sin theta equal to, what is the value of dFm? Current flowing through is I, length of this is dl, magnetic field strength is b, and angle between dl and b is 90, so it will be I dl b sin 90. So this can be written as 2t sin theta equal to IB. What is the value of dl? If this is the radius r, this angle is theta, this angle is theta, so the complete angle here will be 2 theta. Radius is r, so arc dl equal to radius into theta. So dl equal to how much? R 2 theta, or bracket as arc equal to radius into angle. This implies dl equal to r into 2 theta. So this implies you can write 2t. If the dl is very small and theta tends to 0, so sin theta can be written as theta equal to I b r 2 theta, as theta tends to 0, so sin theta equal to theta. Clear? So 2 theta will get cancelled, so the value of tension developed in the current carrying wire will be I b r. Clear? This is the expression for what? The tension developed in the current carrying wire due to the magnetic force. Clear? Understand? Okay, now do another interesting numerical. There is a rail or track on which a metallic conductor is placed. Okay, this is a metallic conductor placed over this track. Length of its metallic conductor is L, mass is M. Clear? And it is connected with a external source V, and the resistance is R, and here the resistance of this rail is R. Okay, its length is L, mass is M, and resistance is R. It is connected with a external source of potential V and an internal resistance R. So, and here a magnetic field is present into the plane. Uniform magnetic field is present into the plane. Of strength B naught. To find the magnetic force acting on the rod. Let the name of the rod be AB. Acting on the metallic rod AB. The rails are frictionless and resistanceless. Okay, these two rails are frictionless and resistanceless. Okay, both the rails are frictionless and resistanceless. So what is the F acting on the rod AB? As current is flowing along this direction, this is the positive, so current will start flowing along this direction, let it be I. So what is the value of I? As the resistance of this segment is R and here is the internal resistance R, so I equal to V by R, net potential V divided by R, so I equal to V divided by R plus R. This will be the value of I flowing through this segment. The current is flowing along this direction, magnetic field is into the plane, so it will experience a force along this direction, Fm. So this implies what is Fm? ILB sin theta. So this implies in place of I can add V by R plus R into L, length of the segment L, magnetic field strength B, sin theta is 90 degree. So this is the net magnetic force acting on the current carrying segment. Clear? From this I can calculate the acceleration as the force is acting along this direction. This segment will start to move along the rails This is frictionless and resistance-less. So the acceleration will be how much? This force is constant because potential connected constant, resistance constant, length and the magnetic field strength are constant. So the force experienced by this rod will remain constant. So it will move in a uniform acceleration, that is equal to VLB divided by R plus R into mass of the rod M. Clear? Mass of the rod M. Okay, understand? So now the same question. Here is a rod of length L, current I is flowing through it like this, but now these two rails have resistance lambda ohm per meter. Okay, previously these two rails are frictionless and resistance-less, but now these two rails have resistance lambda ohm per meter and frictionless. Clear? The question is that find the velocity of the rod AB at any position X. Okay, as we know, here the current will flow in this direction I. So at any, and the magnetic force will act on this rod along this direction, so the rod will start move along this direction. But here these rails have resistance lambda ohm per meter. So what will be the velocity of this rod at any position X? If at any instant of time the rod is at a distance X over here. Here is the rod and this distance is X. Okay, as the rails have the resistance lambda ohm per meter, so for X distance, what will be the resistance of the rail? It will be lambda X, and again it will be lambda X. So along with this internal resistance, these two resistances are connected in series with the rod. So now the current value will be changed. I will be how much? Total potential divided total resistance, what is R plus lambda X plus the resistance of this rod R, again lambda X. So it will become R plus 2 lambda X. This will be the value of I. So what will be the value of force? Fm at any place X will be equal to I, that is V divided by R plus 2 lambda X. Clear? Why 2 lambda X? Because these two segments of the rails have resistance lambda X, because lambda is the resistance per meter. At any instant it covers X distance. So these two have resistances lambda X which are connected in series with the circuit. So the resistance will be R plus 2 lambda X, and this will be the value of V by R equal to I into length of the segment L. Magnetic field strength is same as B, again sin 90. So the force will become VLB R plus 2 lambda X equal to Fm. But we want what? Velocity of the rod at any position X. So this implies we can write Fm can be written as, from this we will get acceleration. Acceleration equal to how much? VLB divided by M into R plus 2 lambda X acceleration, and again we can write acceleration equal to dv by dt, which is equal to VLB by M into R plus 2 lambda X. dv by dt can be written as by multiplying dx on both sides. So from this we will get dv by dt into dx equal to VLB divided by M into R plus 2 lambda X into dx, multiplying dx on both sides. So rearranging this, dx by dt, this much will be how much? V into dv equal to V LB 2 lambda x dx. Here this V and this V are not same. Never cancel these two because this V is velocity, this is velocity and this is potential. So never cancel these two. Okay. So now what is the expression for V dV? 0 to V will be equal to V LB divided by M into R plus 2 lambda x dx. Limit what is at any position x, so 0 to x. So this will become V square by 2 equal to V LB by M. R plus 2 lambda x dx, it will become how much? The coefficient of x is 2 lambda. So 2m into 2 lambda, it will be ln r plus 2 lambda x. Limit varies from 0 to x. So V square equal to 2 into VLB divided by 2m lambda, it will be ln r plus 2 lambda x divided by, putting 0, it will be r plus r. Upper limit minus lower limit, so ln r plus 2 lambda x minus ln r plus r will be ln r plus 2 lambda x by r plus r. So V will be how much? This will be the V square and V will be taking the square root. So this is the expression for velocity of the moving rod at any place x. Clear? Understood? Okay. This meter per second will be what? The expression for velocity at any position x. Okay. Okay. So this is the concept how to solve this type of problems. Now you can solve any problem regarding to this concept when a current carrying rod is moving over a platform or moving over rails. So what force acting on it? There will be some questions may ask you by combining mechanics with it, but the concept is same. For an example, if I am attaching a pulley here, okay, the concept is same because the force is remain constant when there is no friction or no resistance acting on the rail, but so the acceleration will remain uniform. So in uniform acceleration we can act any or we can solve any type of questions by combining mechanics with it. If there is no resistance of this rail, the system is same and the current carrying rod is connected through a string over a pulley to a mass m. Okay, so find out the acceleration of this mass. Same as here is a pulley, the rod is moving along this direction. The force experienced by it will be at any instant will be V divided by R plus R into L into B divided by M is the acceleration, which is same as the acceleration of the mass. If I am combining another pulley here, then I am asking the acceleration of this mass. You can easily solve it by applying mechanics. Clear? If you are strong in the mechanics, then you can solve any kind of problem which is combining to this concept. Okay, clear? So this is all about some numericals that were solved today based upon the force acting on a current carrying conductor which is placed in an external magnetic field. Okay, so next we will solve some more numericals based upon torque acting on a loop placed in an external magnetic field and the Bohr magneton concept. Okay, thank you.